and welcome to another edition of Photography 101. I'm Zafir Beeblebrox and I am your host. Today I want to talk about photography, politics and all the garbage that goes on. You'll probably find a lot of what I'm talking about on internet forums and in camera clubs. And to be quite honest, I am not a member of any internet forums. I am not a member of any camera clubs. I keep wanting to go to a camera club, but the politics is just what puts me off. Same as internet forums. I'll go there, I might post a little bit, but I'm not really a member. I'm not really spending a lot of time there. Now the big problem, the thing that I detest the most, is gratuitous criticism. I take pictures because I enjoy taking pictures. And this is my sole motivation for photography. I enjoy taking pictures. And I don't feel I have the right to criticize somebody else for taking a picture that pleases them, just as nobody has the right to criticize me for taking a picture that pleases me. This is one of the pictures that I quite like that I took. And I took that down in Florida one year. It's quite pleasant and I like it. It wouldn't win a prize, but I like it. And similarly, opportunist and interesting photographs. No prizes, but it is interesting. And where the wind blew the roof off a filling station. And I think that would probably win a prize. A pier at night. I quite like it, but I'm not going to enter it into a competition. This was a technically interesting photograph, trying to get the flag that was in the reflection in focus, as well as the names on the Vietnam Wall. I succeeded. I had to resort to manual focus, but those pictures please me. I am happy with them. If you think they're a load of rubbish, you know what? I don't care. I really don't care. Now let me read from the good book. The good book is Feininger's The Complete Photographer. Now I found this book in a second-hand bookshop in St. Mary's, Ohio, on one of my jaunts. Don't ask me why I went to St. Mary's, Ohio. The place is abysmal and I would not go there again for all the tea in China, even though they did have some quite interesting little antique shops. But that's by the by. Let me read for you two passages that I quite like. Okay. A true artist rarely rests. Even if he is not working at something, his mind is wrestling with unsolved problems, evaluating impressions and observations, searching for new forms of expression, planning future work. A creative photographer alike in this respect does not only work when he photographs, he relates everything he sees and what happens around him to his work, seeing it in terms of pictures contrast, black and white and colour and form, analysing and evaluating it for the possibility of future use. Unfortunately, many photographers never get much beyond this stage of preparation, having or becoming too taken up with the work they feel they'll someday do, and something always interferes with their intention. The pressure of business, family obligations, chores of daily life. You'll be surprised. Wait and see. Next week I'll get around to it. Seems to be their motto. But the days go by, next week is never free, and routine, inertia and frustration claim them. The special pictures are never taken, the contribution is never made. Yeah, I can relate to that. For many years I've been meaning to go up north to photograph the autumn colours in Virginia, etc. And usually I've decided not to go because I couldn't spare the time off work, or because I didn't want to spend the money. And I think I've been doing that for 5 years. And then it says here, others get bogged down in a morass of technical concerns and in trading and testing of equipment. Since they feel that only the latest type of equipment is good enough for them, they must buy it. Then comes the testing of their brand new acquisition. They are the proud owners of the sharpest lenses, each carefully picked. How many people have you read about on the internet returning lenses because that copy isn't sharp? Bullshit, it's not sharp. They can't use it, that's the problem. And their greatest pleasure comes from being able to make huge enlargements of small negative sections that are almost grainless, but they never make a worthwhile photograph. How many people do you know like that? And come on, how many people have all the latest whiz-bang equipment and can't take a photograph worth a damn? Okay, you looked at those photographs. They might not be wonderful. I took them. To me, they're quite good. I did not use the latest equipment to take those pictures. I have an 8 megapixel SLR, and you know something? I'm not going to upgrade it. I don't normally print to greater than 10 by 8. Why the hell do I need a camera that will print to 600 inches by 900 inches? I don't. I'm never going to print to much more than about 10 by 8. And how many 10 by 8s? Okay, you put them in an 11 by 14 mat. So there's 11 by 14 frame. How many of them are you going to hang on your wall? 3? 4? Then your wall's going to look crammed with pictures. And if you're going to do it on the modern equivalent, which would be the digital imaging frame, digital photo frame, they're so low resolution that you can easily put a VGA picture on half of them and it wouldn't notice. And you think your television's high resolution? Hell no! Your television is about VGA resolution. Get real. And here we go. The gentleman is talking again about the kind of people that just collect cameras and lenses and don't use them. He's saying, the opposite kind of handling is the treating of camera or other piece of photographic equipment as if it was priceless, overprotecting it from dirt and wear, not taking a picture in the rain for fear the equipment might get wet, and all but using cotton gloves in touching a camera, because as everyone knows, hands are often sweaty, and sweat is bad for leather, metal and glass. This is common to the photographer who is a gadgeteer, his interest being more in shiny photographic hardware, leather and chrome, than in pictures. He collects cameras and lenses, as others collect postage stamps. He often owns more and more expensive equipment than many successful professional photographers, but he never uses it for taking pictures, other than for making tests. My word, this fellow wrote this in the 1970s, 50 years ago. Well, 40 years ago. How far have we changed from that? The average camera club is full of people like that. The internet is full of people like that. And there's people there that are willing to tell you how awful your images are. Your images are not awful. You took them, you like them. Be happy. I like my Chianti. Could do with some liver and fava beans. So, get out there, take pictures. Don't just get the latest whiz-bang equipment. You don't need it. And hell, what do I use 99% of the time? I use this. This is a Canon XT, which you can probably pick up second hand for about $50, and the lens $35, Tamron 1735. I rest my case.